So for those of you who don't like it when we get political and talk about current events, things that are very relevant at the moment, tough titties.
Yeah, BlackKKlansman.
BlackKKlansman, yeah.
I thought it was just BlackKKlansman.
No, it's BlackKKlansman.
Okay.
That's how they get the 3 Ks in the row in a way that Hollywood will allow.
Okay. Sure.
Very deliberate choice. A lot of very deliberate choices in this movie. So, yeah. This is the latest Spike Jones made this.
Spike Lee.
Oh, Spike Lee. Sorry, not Spike Jones made money. Her. Anyway. Spike Lee movie.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually starring Denzel Washington's son, which I found out afterwards.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh.
He's pretty good in this.
Yeah.
Before we get into the nitty gritty of this, let me just say right off this bat, I highly fucking recommend this movie.
I think it's pretty important to watch.
I agree, and it's pretty. The dog is running around the fucking couch. We're talking about racism. This is obviously like, and it's kind of weird thinking about the fact this movie came out around the same time that stupid Republican propaganda Death of a Nation came out. But it's sort of like, where it's kind of like, okay, now you heard all that bullshit. Now here's history, very dramatized history. No, well, not very dramatized. I was saying, like, yeah, you know all that shit they're spewing about the kicking, and it's like, yeah, hey, this is what you all sound like. This is what you all sound like by all the shit that you say and all the shit that you do, and all you extreme right-wing zealots. And I'm calling them zealots because that's what they are. You know who you are, or you know these people, what I'm talking about.
You know who you are, as if they watch us.
They're watching their robes like, this is fucking bullshit. Yeah, I thought we were cool. I hope not. I hope you didn't think we were cool.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking Klansman, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no. This is not your video. Go away.
Meanwhile, the dog's...
No, you know what? None of these videos are your videos.
No.
Go away.
Seriously. But no, I thought this movie was very clever in how it discussed, like how it kind of snuck in, like the buzzwords of the current...
I mean,
political cycle.
Some of it was cute, and some of it was deliberate.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, like some cases, some cases like, okay, it's a little on the nose. Some cases like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like the one I thought that was actually kind of brilliant was how he was. I mean, again, it got to the point where it was a little too on the nose, but it's the part where the main character and the cops are talking about like, what was it, subterfuge or whatever? Not subterfuge. Basically saying like, oh well, if you like. Just change the names into like immigrants or anything like that, then you can still be racist without directly calling it racist because no one likes to be called a racist, right?
Yeah.
So if you just call it this time, you can still be racist, except now you can have like an issue you can claim to be about.
Yeah.
And one day you can get a president that elects like such a person that would fall behind these ideas.
I thought that was more cute.
Well, I mean, I thought it was curious until they start going. They wouldn't elect a guy like that, right? And you can practically feel Spike Lee just going, like, look at it, people.
I mean, the only thing that shot was missing was basically the sergeant character and Ron just doing a little bit of this action.
Yeah, like fourth wall.
Little just like right at the camera.
Like, you motherfucker. Like, you get it? You get it? I hope you fucking do.
I'm smearing this in your face!
Although the American First line worked pretty well.
Yeah.
A little too well, quite frankly.
A little too well.
So, if you haven't seen the trailer for this, you know what this movie is about. This movie is about,
This is about a cop who sneaks...
The first black cop in Colorado Springs.
That's right.
That's important. That's an important fact. Which is a very racist town. And not very blatant about its racism, not very subtle about its racism at all. Who, after kind of going through the bullshit of the bureaucracy stuff, eventually convinces the chief to let him go to intelligence, or let's go undercover, and then he gets put into intelligence, at what point he decides, wonder what the KKK are up to. So he calls him up and basically convinces them that he's a white guy, but like an idiot uses his real name, which they point out pretty quickly.
Like immediately after he hangs up the phone.
It's like, dude, did you just use your real name?
Did you just use your real name? And he's just like, oh shit.
Fuck. Like, damn it.
I mean, thank God his name is so white. Ron Stallworth.
That's his name. Alright, yeah, I think I memorize that. But, anyway.
They just, like, spat it, like, 80 million times throughout the movie.
I know, which I'm kind of surprised it didn't stick. But anyway, so that gives him an idea to infiltrate the KKK using, one of the other intelligence officers, Adam Driver.
Flip.
Whose name is Flip, yeah.
Or Felix Zimmerman is what his name was revealed to be at the end.
Is that... Oh yeah, that's right. Your name's way better than I do.
I have some emotions about this movie.
Alright, why don't you talk about it for a bit? I got this framework here because it's fucking me.
It's not... I guess it's just sort of like listening to like a bunch of white guys just like
Sound off racial hateful shit.
Scream just racism at me for like, what was that, 2 hours of my life?
Yeah.
Like, it sort of gets a little real to me, especially what's happened to me in real life in the past, like, not even like week, like just, I mean, they're not like blatant like that, but once in a while, because I drive for Uber, you get some microaggressions, and it's just like, so where are you from? And I always start them off by saying Jersey, which is true. And it's like, oh, Jersey!
Yeah, I mean, that's the same. Like, it makes me sad that like I have no way I can understand that. I can pretend to, but I can't, because let's face it, I'm not going to be the one that's going to face any prejudice anytime soon.
I mean, your nose and the KKK.
What is that?
Your nose and the KKK, they might think you're Jewish.
Wait, are you saying I have a Jewish nose?
I'm saying whatever the KKK thinks about your nose.
I think you're saying I have a Jewish nose.
I think I'm just trying to make you self-conscious about your
Sarah,
nose.
do I have a Jewish nose? Send me a message. What does that even look like?
I don't know. Ask the experts of phrenology.
Oh my god. I'm learning so much about you right now. I don't know how I feel. Take this Jew detector test.
Oh god.
Right, this video's gonna get flagged on
okay,
YouTube.
hang on.
That has context. It's
that
in
actually
the
has context. So
Adam Driver in the movie's Jewish.
Also, the KKK obviously hates Jews. But more importantly, Adam Driver's character is trying to get initiated into the KKK and everything, and then there's just like this one guy who apparently just has like.
Just is really convinced he's Jewish and wants to prove it. God damn it!
And I think he's just like extra paranoid or just extra Jew sensory.
Put that on a racist t-shirt.
My Jew senses. Oh no! There's just.
Great. This is why we can never run for office ever.
I can't run. I'm not actually born here.
Well. You can probably run for mayor or something.
I think I could still do the Senate.
Probably. I think it could.
No, I also wouldn't get through it.
It only takes like a week for like something to pop in a newspaper. It goes, Howard Quo thinks he has Jew senses. More at 11.
Oh. And it'd be Fox News too.
Oh god, yeah. I'm a little surprised they didn't throw in a line of fake news in there somewhere. But like, there were some things I thought that were actually like. Again, because this is a very clear, this is the modern times we live in, and not much has changed in 40 years. This is very overt sign of, hey, does any of this sound familiar? It should. We're having the same discussion again.
I don't think we ever stopped having this discussion. That's the biggest problem.
No, and I agree. So it's more like, it's like, in movies like that, like, sometimes you need a movie like this, just pointing out like, hey, this is fucked up. You see that, right? You see how fucked up this is?
I mean, the audience is very clear. The audience this movie was made for is very clear. Because, like, same thing with Death of a Nation?
Yeah, that audience very clearly made
that
for
audience
Republican
is also
zealots. Yeah.
very clear. It's just...
This is way better made than Death of a Nation.
I guess there's a few there's definitely the last bit of the movie I really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Where it just did the crank call, basically.
Oh yeah, there's some satisfying fuck you moments in this movie.
There's definitely that.
But one thing and not to go too much away about the ending, a few things I did like about this movie I thought were kind of clever is also, in fact, it's showing just see how racist and awful these people are. It's how they present the Grand Wizard, played by Topher Grace, which is brilliant casting.
Is that his name?
Topher Grace, yeah.
Because to me, he's fucking Eric from Wisconsin from that '70s show.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Or that really shitty version of Venom.
We don't talk about that Venom.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about him. I'm gonna talk about that fucker.
I'm saying, if you want an actor in Hollywood today who is any whiter, I'd be shocked if you could find him.
That's really true.
Whiter than Topher Grace. I'd be hard pressed to find that out.
Like maybe William H. Macy.
Which one's William H. Macy?
He's the guy from Thank You for Smoking. He was the senator from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah!
The great state of Wisconsin will not apologize for its cheese.
That's right.
He's pretty white.
Yeah, he's okay. I take it back. William H. Macy and then Topher Grace.
No.
Anyway, he's also like, he's very nice. He's well spoken. Like he's very friendly. So it's more like but everything he's saying is really fucked up. But at the same time, it's also like I can see some people go like, oh, but our leader is so nice, therefore we can't be evil. Like that bullshit defense.
It's basically what they're going for. They're trying to create like in that context, even in history, they're trying to create a face that's gentle and be like, no, the KKK isn't racist. We just think that white people should remain at the top, and it's just like, so it's racism.
Yeah. But that's kind of how cults work. And let's face it, that's what the KKK is.
Yeah.
It's a fucking cult. And the fact that we still got to deal with them today is fucking disgusting. And again, it comes back to the same. And Spotlight did the same thing. It's like, oh, if you think this isn't as much of a problem now, even with all news coverage, here is some direct. Here's like a gut punch right at the very end. So like,
with all the actual footage.
That basically just says, look at it. Like, you've heard of the news, you've seen all the reports. Now fucking look at it. Like, it's almost daring you. It's like, it's almost daring people that support this shit look at it and go like, I dare you to defend this. Like,
They will.
They always will. And again, this movie's not out to change minds. It's kind of the same way of Death of a Nation, except that one's way more propagandy. From what I've heard, I haven't seen it, but I don't think I need to see it to understand what's going on. I've heard enough. I know that every positive review always involves the word, they don't understand the truth. Which is how you know it's not the truth.
No, because according to a certain lawyer, truth isn't truth.
Yeah, that's the newest thing.
So, just...
God damn, we are so fucked.
Fucking hate the 10s.
Yeah, this has been a pretty shitty decade.
This is I don't even think it's gonna get better by the 20s.
We can hope. We gotta have hope, man. That's the only thing keeping us going. Otherwise, you're just gonna be a hateful cynic, and what's that gonna get you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this movie's really, really political. If you were somehow on the fence about racism,
then fuck off.
No, I mean, really, if we're being hopeful, hopefully.
Okay, I can be hopeful and not want to break. I know I'm not gonna get to those fuckers.
If you personally, viewer, were on the fence about if racism was good or bad, I hope this flips you over to the correct side.
Okay,
it's bad.
But
I don't think you'll trust me as someone who's on the fences on racism being good or bad. So maybe he should say it. It's bad.
If racism is bad.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll be my political stance for 2000.
Although the earlier statement
2020. That's gonna be a tight race, but I'm just gonna run on that. Racism is bad. Maybe if I act like Nixon now, give me the white supremacist too. By the way, there are Nixon posters everywhere.
Okay, I was confused. Who would want to vote for Nixon? Like,
white supremacists.
Okay, yeah, I guess so.
Because he's a crook too. They feel like they belong. Yep. I'm white. I can push against KKK.
I definitely know that I needed to cool off after watching the movie. That was a little rough for me.
Yeah, I could feel it.
Especially that one fucking cop, Landers. I don't know who that actor is, but like he portrayed it great, but like fuck you.
Yeah, like no, the actors who are like there to be hated doing a really good job of playing someone you just fucking hated.
Like I know I'm not supposed to hate the actor who played the kid from Karate Kid in the first one, but also fuck you. But no, actually that guy's super cool. Same thing with this actor. He's probably super cool, but also fuck you.
One thing I did like about this though is I did kind of promote an interesting alliance between black people and cops, which you don't see very often in this one, while still emphasizing racism in cops still a huge fucking problem. That being said, it does even focus on but hating all the cops isn't gonna fix the problem. You gotta try to fix the problem from the inside with mixed results, which they make sure they point that out too. The fact that even though you make some change, they're just gonna find a new way to label it, which is what happens here.
I'm more on the side of Patrice in that context then. It's just that the police in of itself is a racist system.
I'm kind of more I'm kind of half and half, but at the same time, well, then what? I'm not saying, if what's the solution then? No cops?
No, I'm not saying that.
And that's kind of what they're saying too, though. It's saying no cops or kill all the cops, that's not going to solve it either. We need to find a better way. That's the message I got out of it.
Okay, well, I mean, that is the correct message then. I was of the... I don't think you should kill cops.
That too.
let's put that in there.
Yeah, don't kill cops. Bad idea.
Don't kill cops. They just want to get paid, just like everybody else.
Yeah, and it comes to cases some cops make a difference. Other cases will just be racist assholes who abuse their power. There's unfortunately that is always going to exist. But there's got to be a system of accountability that is still a huge fucking problem. I'm not minimizing that in any way.
I just really feel like a quick fix that you could do is internal affairs of all police stations just sort of gets moved up in jurisdiction
and stop promoting the what they call in this movie the blue wall of silence.
Yeah, the blue wall of silence.
Where if you do speak up, you're basically pushed down because you're portraying everyone basically.
But because when you're a cop, you're family, and you gotta stick with family even if they're wrong.
That doesn't mean anyone wants to sit next to pedophile Uncle Richie.
Yeah. Or nobody wants to talk to racist Uncle Joe.
No one wants to talk to you about how you hate Indians, Grandma.
Yeah. That could be taken out of context. Michael's grandma is racist against Indians. Unless that's true.
I plead the fifth. just so they don't find my grandma and start harassing. She doesn't have a Twitter. How are they gonna get her?
I don't know, internet.
That's cute. My grandma using the internet.
Yeah.
She's probably the only person immune to online harassment. Actually, now I think about it. Oh my god. Anyway,
but no,
it does. And towards the end, it does kind of have that we made a little bit of change, but it's also immediately followed by a stark reminder okay, they'll acknowledge the struggles on the KKK, but they're gonna find a new way to still promote racism.
Yeah.
So it's more like they won the battle but not the war.
Yeah, I guess I also like the buddy cop dynamic.
Oh yeah, like Adam Driver. They have some really funny scenes together, and they do really well. Sure, Adam Driver was like really gone up in the past few years as far as an actor.
I mean, when you have to play Kylo Ren, you just have to when you have to portray something bad, sometimes you have to portray something good.
Well, between that and that one movie you saw him in last year.
Oh, Logan Lucky?
Yeah, Logan Lucky. And now this one, like, Adam Driver's on a fucking roll. Good for him.
Yeah, he really does well as a supporting actor.
He really does. No, that's probably where he's best right now, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what he'd do if he took a lead. He probably has. I just haven't seen it.
Or you shat on it.
No, I would have remembered.
Motherfucker, Adam Driver. Yeah.
Have I? No, I don't think so. Anyway, now it's gonna bug me. Anyway, talk for later. But it also kind of says like, you know what? Let's not all cops are great, but let's at least say that at least they can do some good if you use them the right way. And yeah, I didn't even think we would take like the Black Power side entirely. I think it disagreed with the way the interpretation I got was it was also not advocating for violence on their part either. At least as far as like the Black Panther thing goes. But at the same time, it's also like, okay, so these people aren't perfect, these people aren't perfect, but fuck the KKK!
Well, but okay, first of all, what I got out of that was Black Power is not like
fighting for anger.
No, Black Power isn't about dominance over the white man.
No, I didn't mean to imply that. Sorry.
Yeah. No, Black Power in this historical context, or what they were portraying, is that it's the ability to like look at yourself and be like, oh well, I have these features that they describe in the movie, and I'm not going to do that, and it's because and that's my beauty, and it's just because it doesn't conform to the ethnocentric standards of European white skin.
Yeah.
Then yeah, so that's the power, and then like also to rise above from like the hate and the race and the poverty and all of that. So that's also Black Power. Also, I think it's this fist.
Oh, sorry. I don't know. Sorry if I offended anyone there. No, I didn't make that entirely clear. Let me try that again. First off, yeah, like especially the
yeah. Don't sound like Trump about making no Black Panther be like all.
What I meant to say. No. In all seriousness, no. Like because there's a lecture at the beginning of this movie. The one thing that's also interesting about this movie too is that there are actually a couple lecture scenes in this movie, but like. And one thing like Spike Lee did is he let it play out in its entirety because they are really powerful lectures and really powerful speeches, and I think it definitely drives the point, the message of the movie home. But what I meant to say is like it comes back to what Patrice, who is the love interest in this movie, and what was it? Ron. Ron, we're talking about is saying like
he's
like
got the whitest name.
He really does. That being said, Ron. Like I also have someone whose name's Ron Johnson, so
yeah.
Are you saying Ron is just by nature a white name?
I would say Ron is the short form of the proper name Ronald, which I can't unpicture a really tall white dude.
So you mean like McDonald's?
What?
Like Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, and he's an awful person. He's a clown.
Oh, okay. You're talking about your racism against clowns, yes, sir.
Clowns are not a race. They're an occupation.
As a clown, I feel personally offended.
Clown lives matter.
Oh God.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
that hashtag won't last very long. You will have the fury of the internet upon you. I swear.
I'll put it on the Twitter.
Other tag. Fuck clowns.
But anyway, the point I was trying to make, the conversation they have just basically about like cops in general, saying like how Patrice kind of says like, well, cops are the enemy. And Ron basically like, well, no, they can't be, because they're basically like, for example, he says like, well, we kind of need them to a certain extent, and they kind of go back and forth on that. So like, neither side is entirely right or wrong. I think they're both arguing that the ideology in both cases is flawed, at least in terms of how much you believe in your protectors, and how much you hold them accountable. Which you can argue is another kind of running arc through this entire, running theme through this entire movie.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's a fucked up system.
It just sort of touches on like every racial problem in this country as of this moment.
Yeah, you're right. And I think I'm kind of parodying what Movie Bob said about the movie, where he said like Spike Lee's one of those filmmakers that he feels like every movie he makes is never going to make another one again, so he's going to say everything he has to say about the subject right now, or he's never going to get a chance to say it again. And that, I agree. You got that vibe from this movie too.
Yeah, especially the one bit with the guy who was talking about the burnt corpse of his. I would say mentally challenged is the 2018 term.
Yeah.
Friend who got castrated, his fingers were cut off, his corpse was dipped in corn oil and burned up and down on some fire on a flagpole, and
it's fucking disturbing.
Took pictures of it, and then the white folk were like standing outside like it was a 4th of July parade, like this is perfectly fine and normal.
Meanwhile, it cuts over to the KKK,
yeah,
where they're doing their own initiation of talking about God and Jesus, how like white man was a man for people of God, that kind of thing, and then they start watching The Birth of a Nation and start cheering and all the racial imagery, or like booing all the racial imagery.
Yeah.
And that same monologue.
Just remember
the black lecturer talked about how like even the president. Called the movie like historical and stuff like that, and all that stuff was like, oh man, and then it kind of puts you in existential crisis as going, oh god, nothing's changed.
Yeah, definitely. It's
a powerful movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like just like that one. What was that one guy's fucking problem? The fat dude, the fat white dude.
They kind of implied he was either mentally challenged or he was always drunk.
I think he became mentally challenged by constantly drinking.
Yeah, gotta love brain cells, that'll do it.
I mean, he was just, like, he did some of the most, like, pointless shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you cut out that character from the movie, like, aside from, like, being I would say he represents, like, the dumbest of white racism.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be my point of his existence in that movie. Otherwise, I don't really feel like he adds anything unless he was the new.
I think he's there just
master or what the fuck?
Oh yeah,
what's
like
the title?
The leader or whatever.
The president of the chapter at the end. After one of them blew.
Oh no, he died too though.
No.
Spoiler.
No, he didn't.
No, he did. He died in the car, didn't he?
No, he wasn't in the car. They specifically said, don't touch the C4, you'll blow us all up.
No, that was back when they were setting up in the garage, though.
Yeah, but when they went on the chase, he wasn't there.
Are you sure? Because excuse me. Are you sure? Because 3 of them left the church at the same time, including him.
I'm pretty sure there were only 2 people in that. If he was there, that's how pointless his fucking existence was in that movie. I didn't even notice when he died.
I would argue they probably just showed there just to add like another racist voice to the flame kind of thing, like an attempt to just like caricature just these redneck racists.
Yeah.
In what is already that's a sad thing about seeing these, like, especially in today's time, these almost cartoonish portrayals of racists. Even back then, you watch them, it's like, yeah, but how far off is that? You know, and I felt weird saying that because I gave Detroit shit for kind of having an over the top, like, pure evil cop in there. So I was kind of like, okay, what's the difference between that and this? And this one, it feels like the cops races in that one kind of just, I don't want to say came out of nowhere, but it just got to the point where it kind of took me out of the moment. This one, you're just kind of like, okay, they're always like this. There's no switch moment where they're suddenly very racist, like, oh, he's very nice, and then, oh, and like, I'll kill that one over there. This one is like, no, the minute you meet them is as consistent as they are. They don't change a beat.
Yeah, that's exactly how they are as people.
That's like, there's no disguise here, there's no, oh, they were under stress. Like, nope, that's just who they fucking are. They are fucking monsters, and you should not think of them any differently. So I think it's why it didn't bother me as much here as it did there.
That was so fucking satisfying to watch them blow up in the car.
There was, like, the ending had a few satisfying moments.
I mean, there was that and the prank phone call at the end. That was pretty good.
Well, and then also the police officer getting arrested.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So overall, like, no, I think this is a great movie. This is probably definitely my top 10 at the end of the year. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, I liked it. I guess I think I had to digest it some more.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It was a lot to take in.
I mean, you and I come from very different perspectives too.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah, thanks.
Should we even bother going over trailers?
I'm so tired. I mean, we're just gonna watch Crazy Rich Asians tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll just wrap up here. So, yeah, I highly recommend BlackKKlansman. I think it's a great movie. I think it's an important movie for this year, and it definitely serves as a stark reminder of, like, hey, this problem isn't going away. Let's fucking do something about it.
Yeah. Max.
And you know what?
Max Black Power. There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna end there.